Hello folks, welcome to my channel. I have a lot of lingo to learn in the world of YouTube, but yeah, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I can't tell you that I've got a series of 10 videos planned. I have nothing planned. I know there will be one more video. We documented a Christmas market on the 23rd that we hosted, but it is currently the 30th of December 2025. This is not a New Year's resolution by any means. It is something I've toyed with doing for a very long time and probably just have the systems in place to actually do it now. So this, you think of this as an introduction. I just wanted to, I suppose, give you a peek behind the scenes of like who I am, what I do, why I am creating this YouTube page. This is Bo, the dog. He is going to feature because he just turns up everywhere. The beanbag initiative, this is my office. Sorry, I should have started there. But I had the beanbag there initially because I said reading, perfect corner for it. And now it is covered in mud from Bo. But here we are. I digress. Okay, let's start at the start. I am 28 years old currently. I'm self-employed. I'm from Cork on the Cork-Kerry border. And I had a great upbringing as a child, filled with GA, cycling, building hideouts and all that real rural upbringing. And I'm actually a PE and English teacher by trade, which I haven't worked in now for 5 years. I taught for a year in Cork and I'm actually self-employed in the food industry for the last 5 years and won't be going back teaching for the foreseeable. If I do, I'm going to have to delete all of these social medias and YouTube pages. Myself and my partner were very fortunate that last year we were able to buy a cottage with a small extension on the back in just 20 minutes from where I grew up. We're right on the Cork-Kerry border, as I mentioned. We've been kind of tipping away on that since we moved in. We were very fortunate in that there wasn't a huge amount to do. However, as some of you will know from Instagram and TikTok, the garden was essentially one huge field. So gardening, not by choice, more but so by necessity, has become part of my character. So expect to see some of that. Yeah, that's a very quick synopsis. My parents are both teachers and I have 3 siblings. So that's probably where the teaching came from. I think it's very hard to leave the world of having a holiday or a long weekend every 6 weeks and go into the real world. I tried it I did a year of architecture in college. I hated it from day one. Loved the people, loved the fun and the crack. Hated the actual job. Just wasn't what I'd signed up for. And that's something I think is so prevalent. And I know loads of you watching this have probably tried a college course and ended up swapping out. So we can touch on that too. I then moved into teaching and like looking back, it comes back to that thing of like, if you grow up with a lifestyle of having your parents around all the time during the summer, then again at Halloween, then again at Christmas, long weekends, all that kind of stuff, you become so accustomed to it. I don't know why I ever tried anything else. But then started a food company, Sibley Food Company. We specialise in grab and go snacks all over the country. And currently we employ 10 people. This year we've just sold under 3 million energy balls. I should have an energy ball here somewhere, but I don't. I'll insert a picture. I suppose that's part of it too. I want to bring you along behind the scenes of running a business in Ireland. And I don't know anything about business. I've learned a lot in the last 5 or 6 years, but I'm not going to pretend to be one of these gurus who comes on YouTube telling you all about this is how you build a dynasty or whatnot. I think there probably is, not in Ireland, but particularly in the UK and America, there are too many people who are inflating their figures. They're exaggerating everything they're doing when it comes to business. So I just want to give you probably like as honest as it can be about what it is like running a business. I love it. I will massively struggle to work for anyone else ever again, but part of the reason I love it is because of the people that I work with every day. Every day is different, and I do think we're building something quite special. I want to bring you behind the scenes of that business, but also other businesses and whatnot that are in probably my brain somewhere. I suppose I have to talk about notions in the introductory video because so much of my life to date has been based on notions. The business is based on a notion. Architecture was based on a notion because as I was growing up, there was a company in Ballylesmond that built golf courses, and I googled one day that you could become a golf course architect basically, and I said I want that job. That was a notion that didn't work out. Lots of things haven't worked out, and I'm going to get into all of those as well over the next infinite amount of time. But The business also was, like, Sibley was an ocean. I think that's important because so many people will tell you they've got this amazing big master plan. I don't. I never have, and I never will. I wanted really good snacks and I wanted really good dessert. Started making them and started selling them. And thankfully other people also had those issues. And that is why we're here today. That's kind of, I suppose, a very like brief synopsis. Then why YouTube? I've probably touched on why I want to create a YouTube. I want to give you the raw behind the scenes and also the longer form. I probably panic a bit when it comes to creating a 60 or 90-second video. This isn't to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but I just know that people have learned from various probably life / work / self-employed videos I've done on YouTube and TikTok, or Instagram and TikTok. So I think in longer form, someone's going to get something from it. And also, I am one of those probably freaks that love YouTube. I love watching YouTube videos. I love whatever, all the day in the life videos that you can see on YouTube. I'm not someone who sits down and watches series or films or anything like that on Netflix. And yeah, speaking of notions and the house we're currently in, I've also had a notion to build a sauna next year. So I don't know if it's possible, but basically we have a huge garden. I'll get some clips in, but I had an idea that I wanted a sauna, just like, once again, a complete notion. I'm really big into kind of exercise training. I've done a half Ironman. I've done half marathons. Ironman is the ultimate goal. Full marathon, probably, but just more so part of Ironman training. And I do like the wellness vibe. But I want to really stress this. I love going out as well. Will not become one of these people who are just, this is my life. This is strictly like, I eat chicken and broccoli. I go to work. I get up at 5 a.m. No, I don't. I would love to. I get up at like anywhere between 6 and 7, depending on how busy it is. If it's not busy, you will not see me before 7 a.m. I don't want to get up in the dark mornings. I'm not going to sell you something that I'm not. And it's up to you to keep me responsible for that as well, because I think notions get to everyone's head, as we've touched on. But yeah, so I want to bring you along with everything. Not just Sibley, but different businesses, the sauna construction. Once again, I don't know what will happen, but I think it can happen. The long story short with the sauna thing was I wanted to build a sauna, or I didn't want to build a sauna. I wanted to buy a sauna. And then I priced them and I said, it's extortionate. I think it was going to cost about 6,000 to 7,000 euro to have it brought down and installed. So that was that, a harsh line drawn through that. But yeah, that's where we're at currently. That is it. I think that is enough for an introduction. I don't want these videos to be crazily long. I do want your feedback. If it's terribly boring, please just text me or leave a comment or do something. This is one of those moments where I meant to tell you to subscribe. So please subscribe. I don't know. I'm subscribed to like 5 or 6 people only, but if you'd subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, let's build this from scratch together. I'm very much learning the world of editing for YouTube. I can do it for the other platforms, but excuse any blips and mistakes made along the way here. And yeah, Sinead, Gurv Magat. See you later.